Hello all, Seriously's here. Little bit of a follow-up conclusion video to the low warp challenge. As you can see, I just changed my exosuit colors for the first time. I've graduated, I think. Once you've gotten past the end of the story missions, you can finally change your newbie suit. Just to show you guys that I did finally get a freighter. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a rookie when it comes to making videos, and I made some mistakes yesterday, and I can't recover them. I recorded the process of finishing the Atlas missions in Purge on this playthrough, and I'd accidentally turned off the software microphone recorder, so I had no voice audio, just game audio. And then I reviewed the video, figured that out, reloaded my manual save back at the beginning of it, and did the entire half-hour video again with the software recording audio on. Unfortunately, I accidentally turned off the microphone recording for that version, and I didn't check that video when I was done. So I don't have any voice audio for the finishing of this playthrough. I also didn't notice until this morning when I went to check last night's videos that I made of that process and of me finding this freighter. None of them had voice audio, and I don't know how to do voiceovers yet. I'll work on that maybe. We'll figure out if I can recover those videos or not. But a short one now, just to show you that I did get a freighter. Unfortunately, it took me way longer than I wanted it to, and you can see I've warped 33 times now. That's just huge. But like I said in the videos that you guys haven't seen that I didn't record audio on, I'm okay with not getting a freighter by the end of it. I knew that I'd be able to do this and just continue the story on and eventually get a freighter to spawn in like this. And I did. I actually got some advice from the Mighty Sword and figured out that probably what my problem was is that I was doing everything in space. The game really wants you to get out of your ship and do stuff on planets now and then. We got some pirates. Let me just give you a nice view of the ship here. Look at that. Look at that nice blue and yellow color. Very Fallout themed, I thought. I'm not too keen on the length. I prefer the short ones. The short ones of these ships tend to look a little bit more like probably a trademarked ship name that I don't want to mention. Let's just say triangle-shaped spaceships are not trademarkable, and those are what I like the look of because they remind me of something from my childhood. The first such freighter I found I named the SS Fair Use because I thought it was pretty funny that a ship that was so similar looking could be in the game. So I did not settle on an S-Class, or I settled for an A-Class. I'm perfectly happy with maximum slots. Didn't have to get that extra hyperdrive range for my freighter. If I'm going to warp hardly at all in my ship, I'm definitely going to warp a lot less in my freighter. And all of those warps count towards your warps anyway in your milestones. Just wanted to show you some of the local space. This is pretty much everywhere I have explored before I came back from the Atlas path. I think the only circled dot here that wasn't explored is the one where I'm at. So all of these other dots were found through the anomaly without warping. This one right here is where I started the game at. And you can see how far away is that. 53 light years, 52 light years from where we currently are is where I found this freighter. So you can find a freighter that matches what you like in your local area of space. I didn't have to go through any portals. What I did was, when I saw a freighter battle finally triggered, I reloaded my autosave. I made a save before every warp, got out in every space station I went to, made an autosave. A freighter battle triggered, I immediately loaded my autosave. And I was right here, and then I just remembered where I had gone to, and I went to all of these stars that had a 3-star economy, one at a time. And I looked at what the ship was there, and whether I liked it or not, and if I didn't like it, I went somewhere else. Turns out I didn't like any of the freighters at any of the stars I'd been to. And so I started branching out, and pretty much the very first place I went to that I hadn't explored, I found this thing, and I'm like, oh, I'll take that. I've never had a blue freighter before. It looks great. I love it. I'm very happy with it. A little bit more warps than I wanted on the save, but that's okay. I've given up on that part of the playthrough. I'm going to do a normal playthrough on this from here on in. It was just a bit of fun I had as I was progressing this new save. Something new to do, new to try out. Let me know if you guys try it out, and if you have any more success getting the freighter battles to spawn during the missions. That would be interesting to me. I'm not sure what caused it to bug out. I was able to get my very first freighter battle to happen during the missions by abandoning the Atlas path and taking a detour to go to the anomaly and take a single anomaly mission. After I had 5 warps total under my belt, I was able to get the anomaly to start spawning freighter battles. And I got one to happen that way, but no matter how many times I warped or how much time I spent in-game, the second one didn't seem to happen until after I got out of the Atlas path and spent a significant amount of time on my home planet, building up my base and doing my base missions. And repairing all of my technology for the 4th playthrough. Reminder to new players, when you go through a black hole, a random piece of technology in your ship, in your general area, will probably break. It might not, but it has a very good chance. Maybe even more than one. Nothing in your technology slots will ever break at any point in the game. But when you finish the purge missions, if you choose to go to another galaxy, all of the technology in your exosuit general slots and all of the technology in your multi-tool and all of the technology in your starship general slots will break. Pretty much every single piece will be broken, and you can mitigate that by getting a second multi-tool, switching over to that before you go over, getting in a second junker ship that you've bought that you haven't upgraded at all and you don't have any upgrades in. That will work as well. That'll help you out. And then on your exosuit, you're going to want to move whatever you can over to your technology slots. You absolutely want to move things like the actual module, like the jetpack module, the life support module, the upgrades you can move over. They're going to cost a lot to fix, but they're better than fixing the actual important part. I foolishly didn't move my hazard protection over, and I almost died because you appear on a hostile planet again when you go to a new galaxy. So be careful of that. Take some precautions. Here's some of the other ships I managed to get before I finished the Atlas path. I grabbed a little stubby hauler because I figured I would need something to hold cargo beyond my main ship. And I spent a ridiculous number of nanites to upgrade this A-class into an S-class, and I haven't upgraded slots yet, so it was a bit of a waste of nanites to do that. But I could have switched into that, moved some technology around, and this ship came in S-class because all exotics do. And I have maxed out its slots in its cargo. I haven't touched its technology yet. If I had moved all of these over to here, I would have had a perfect ship to bring with me through the galaxy switch. But I'm really happy with this ship. Look at that hyperdrive range. No upgrades at all. That's pretty much the maximum hyperdrive range that an exotic ship can get. Explorers can go to 181, I think, but I think the highest an exotic can get at all is 166. So that's a huge get, and I'm definitely going to be developing that as a warping ship. Unfortunately, that might be the end of my fighter, because it definitely isn't going to warp as far, and it gets almost as good, or it gets better damage, but it does really good. The exotics do good all around. I really like them. They handle better than fighters too, generally. A small amount. Anyway, that's about it. I haven't done anything else on this save. I have a lot of work to do. Got the base a little bit built up, a couple recipes learned from that, but beyond that I haven't built the freighter above. I haven't done anything here. I haven't sent my first frigate mission out. I'm a total newbie in a third galaxy. Have fun trying this yourself if you want, guys, and have a good time. Later.